I want to make this very clear, my brothers. No FAP will not work for you unless you make a conscious decision to level up in every area of your life. No FAP is a consequence of somebody who is actively seeking improvement every single day. A lot of guys seem to have it twisted. They seem to believe that, oh, if I just stop touching my willy, my life will be great. I mean, it's a start, but your life will not improve until you make the decision. And I've said this before in videos, decide rhymes with suicide. Something dies when you make a decision. Your excuses die. And you've got to mean it as well. Don't just say it, mean it. And it will show in your actions, you know, because a lot of guys will say, yeah, man, I'm so serious about achieving this. But you see how they act in real life, and their actions don't align with their words. Inky Johnson, the motivational speaker, once said, you're not supposed to wish for it more than you work for it. Okay? You're not supposed to wish for it more than you work for it. And so, if you say you're going to do it, do it. And I said this in a previous NoFap video, commit to, for example, learning a new instrument. You know, pay for 20 hours up front. Pay for a whole year of jiu-jitsu up front to force you to have skin in the game, to have an investment into something. And you're less likely to want to procrastinate if you've invested in something, right? But you've got to make those decisions. Simply sitting there expecting these transformative impacts to come is just naive. I mean, when you stop jacking off and you go to the gym and you start working on your business and you learn a new instrument and you walk up to women when you see them in public and you introduce yourself, those are the things that lead to improvement. And as a result of doing those things, you find yourself not relapsing very much, or very often, shall I say, because you are busying yourself with activities that improve your self-confidence and your self-esteem. So it's not just a case of, well, today I'm not going to touch my willy and my life is just going to be great. I mean, I'm glad that you've made the decision to not want to do that. But then there's the other shit that you need to follow through with now. The actual action that's necessary. No one's coming to change your life for you, fellas. It's up to you. As a saying, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. Take productive action on a consistent basis. And then over a sustained period of time, you'll notice some significant progress. Don't expect that progress to happen overnight, because that's also naive. Take productive action and believe that things will improve. Journal along the way to make sure that you are aware of where you're performing well and maybe other areas where you're not performing well. Make some slight adjustments, some tweaks. It's trial and error. That's what life is. Sometimes you're lucky and you get it right the first time. But in most cases, you have to fuck up again and again before you get it. And that's okay. That doesn't mean you're stupid. It doesn't mean that you're not talented. No. Give yourself the time to become good at something. You don't start training jiu-jitsu this week and then you can take anybody on. Nah. In fact, you're going to be humbled very quickly by guys that are almost half your size in most cases, right? You think, yeah, what's this motherfucker going to do? Chokes the shit out of you. You're tapping, you know? And you're like, what the fuck? I'm way bigger than this motherfucker. Yeah, you are, but size isn't everything. All right? So allow yourself to get good at jiu-jitsu. It's not going to happen in 1 week or 2 weeks, right? For those of you that, for example, trade the market like I do. You get 2 bad trades in a row, doesn't mean it's a sign to quit. Nah. Have a look at what you did, the position that you took, the analysis that you prepared for it. Try and understand why you entered this position. Back test the market every single day. Figure out what works, what doesn't work. Give yourself the time. Okay? I want you to fall in love with getting better, with refining the process, with improving your skill. It's a glorious feeling knowing that you are way better today than you were 90 days ago. It's an amazing feeling. You look back and you're like, damn, was that really me? Was I really that bad in the beginning? There's a saying, you have to be bad before you're good and good before you're great. It's the natural evolution. Right? And you shouldn't want to be an expert immediately. Right? Because easy come, easy go. You won't be an expert immediately. Right? Allow yourself to suck for a while. Because look, if you're shit at something for so long, at least you can relate to people. Right? So eventually when you teach jiu-jitsu, as an example, or when you teach trading, you can tell people, hey, I was shit in the beginning. That's relatable. Right? I've been there, guys. I understand what it's like. I was once a poor speaker. Very nervous, hands in my pocket. Looking down. I've been there. So I can relate to your nerves, to your anxiety. I can relate. I've been there. Alright, so remember, no FAP isn't something that you do every day. It's a consequence of taking productive action on a consistent basis. You'll notice you don't really relapse very much anymore because you're so busy taking productive action. Doesn't really cross your mind. Right? So that's what I want you guys to focus on. Don't worry about 10 years from now. I always get messages of guys saying, oh, Ali, you know, I'm 19 and I want to be this by 30. I'm like, yo, relax. Don't worry about 30 right now. Worry about the next 6 months. Take as much productive action, because I'm a big believer in working smart as well as working hard. Not instead of, as well as working hard, right? Focus on the next 6 months. Set a goal. Doesn't have to be an outlandish millionaire. I mean, let's set SMART goals. I think it stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound, if I'm not mistaken, right? So a goal that will stretch you, but it can be done. You know, I don't want you to set a goal to be a millionaire in 6 months, because that's highly unlikely. I'm not saying that to put you down. But if you're 19 years old and you've never even had a job before in your life, wanting to suddenly be a millionaire in 6 months is very naive of you. Not that it isn't possible, not that I don't want you to set a goal to be a millionaire. In fact, I always say this. I always reference Jim Rohn's quote where he says, set a goal to be a millionaire for what it will make of you to achieve it. I definitely want you to set big goals, because in the process of you working towards those goals, you become a better person. But set a goal that's smart and then start taking a lot of action towards its attainment. All right, guys. Thanks very much for watching this video. Hope it helped. If it has, make sure you give this video a like, comment, let me know what you think down below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. See you boys in the next one.